What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters. Welcome to Life to Metal. Going to do part 2 in the picture disc, series, I guess. Didn't do part 1 with the intention of doing a part 2. Just was surprised by how many I actually had, because I don't purposely collect picture discs. I just collect records in general by any bands that I love. So if I see a picture disc by a band I love, I guess I pick it up. I'm going to get right into this, otherwise it's going to be a long video. This first batch is all shaped picture discs. So this is the Aerosmith Jaded single. What is this, about 1997 or no? Could have to be later than that. Anyhow, the Jaded picture discs, shaped. Shaped picture discs are more of a collector's item. I don't really know anybody who plays a whole lot of shaped picture discs, but and they mostly come out of of really big singles or whatever from bands that, I guess. Actually, there's quite a few here that aren't really big singles. So this one's kind of weird. This is a shaped picture disc of T-Rex, Mark Bolan. It's got Metal Guru, 20th Century Boy, and Children of the Revolution. And it comes with a stand, so you can actually create this cardboard stand, set it, and then have Mark Bolan standing on top of it. Kind of an interesting collector's thing. I always thought it was unique. I've never seen another one actually. So T-Rex, Metal Guru, shaped picture disc. This is the W.A.S.P, The Real Me picture disc single with Love for Fools and War Cry on the B-side. Let's see if this one I could probably take out and show you the back real quick. Not a whole lot to it, just some credits and a photo. This is the Striper Always There For You shaped picture disc. I don't know what the B-side is on this one. Always There For You, it doesn't say, so I don't know. I'm more showing these just because of the picture discs and they're unusual than anything else. Like I said, I think I've played them all at least once, but otherwise they're just collector's things. This one I'm gonna have to open up because I can't even remember what the songs are on it anymore. This is Halloween. Sorry about the lighting. It's early morning and I'm getting the early morning sunlight coming through the blinds. But this is Halloween, and what is on the B-side? Let's see if I can find it on here somewhere. I don't even know what is on the B-side. I can't even read it. Maybe it's the same song on both sides, because this is a promotional only single. I don't know if it was sent to radio stations or whatever, but it says not for sale. Promotional item only. So there you go, Halloween. And finally, this is the last one of those. This is a recent one. This is one of those record store day singles, but this is the Anthrax. Well, shoot, can't remember what this one is either, so I guess I'll have to open it. Sorry about that. I still can't remember what it is. Anyhow, Anthrax. It was just like last year's or something like that. Picture disc. I'm not sure if I'm thinking it was the a cover of Kansas on there. Could be wrong. You don't have to look it up real quick here. Actually, don't usually have my computer on while I'm doing this because it glares on my face, but I have it open right now, so. Okay, Anthrax. Let's look it up real quick. This is an exciting video, isn't it? Nothing like watching somebody look something up on a computer. Sorry. Wow, they have a lot of singles out. There it is. Yeah, it is. That's what I thought it was. Carry On My Wayward Son, 12-inch picture disc. So I was right. Shouldn't have doubted myself. 2017. So yep, was just last year. Okay, so now we're getting into the normal picture disc. This is also a recent one. I picked this one up real cheap online. I did not pick this one up on Record Store Day. This is the Cockroaches and Too Scared to Scream picture disc from 1987. This is a reissue of the 2 songs. They call it an EP, I guess, because the songs were exclusive to this 2 songs single. Just in a standard noise sleeve, nothing on the back, you know. But again, Voivod, one of those bands that I'll collect anything by, and I never owned the original of this. Cockroaches, actually, the song Cockroaches showed up on the CD version that came out. See, the album came out in 1987. CDs were relatively new, 87, 88, but they did put a CD out for that one. And the original CD, which I believe might have come out in 88 rather than 87, had Cockroaches on it as the last song. And I do have that original copy of that on CD. Alright, next up, this is going to be really hard to see, but this is Crimson Moonlight. This is a Swedish symphonic black metal. Some people call them unblack metal, which I think is a really stupid name for a band. I mean, it either is that style of music or it isn't. So, regardless of the lyrical, you know. So, anyhow, black metal from Sweden. I can't remember what year this one came out. I don't see a year on here, but it's one of their more recent releases. This is kind of a cool one. Not because of it's not rare or anything. This is a promotional item. The regular album that was sold to the public was black vinyl in a sleeve. This is a promotional single that was sent to radio stations and whatnot. But the band is Liar. They're a 70s hard rock band. And the reason I picked this up actually was not because I knew anything about Liar or anything like that. I was actually looking for a cheap dollar record back when you could get records for $1, back before the record boom. And I just needed a new sleeve for another picture disc, and I'm like, I'll take anything I could find for $1 that has a good picture, you know, that has a good sleeve on it. Because these plastic sleeves they put on some of these picture discs, they just disintegrate after a while. Anyhow, so I walked into a store. I can't remember what store it was anymore. I think it might have been Charlie's in Albuquerque, and I pulled this out of the rack, and it was in the dollar bins, and the sleeve was in great shape. And then I noticed it was on Bearsville Records, and the band kind of has a, you know, 70s hard rock look to them. So I was like, yeah, I'll grab this one. Who knows, I might even like it. Yep, I like it. So I ended up leaving the sleeve on it because, well, I actually like this release. You know, it's not a throwaway at all. Just solid hard rock on the Bearsville label, which of course I think Todd Rundgren might have owned that label or had something to do with it. But for me, it just reminded me of Foghat, because Foghat were always on Bearsville Records. And yeah, the sound here, it's not that far off from, you know, the hard rock of Foghat. So, Liar, Setting Fire to the Earth, I think it was 1978. It says right on the vinyl itself, promotional copy, not for sale. But yeah, if you're into that 70s hard rock, it's actually a pretty good record. I believe it's their second album. I actually never never even looked for the first record, but this is a recent pickup. This is actually was given to me by Steve, Harmless Rebel. This is Megadeth's Euthanasia, and I love this record. It's different. It's not thrash. It's more melodic, but it's just still a great record from them. And I'd love to get a regular black version copy, but until then, this one will do. Actually, even if I get a black copy, this one's not going anywhere. But I always thought the artwork was great on this one too, because she's hanging the youth out to dry. So, Euthanasia, 1994. This release was 2014, but the album came out in 1994. Pretty sure. This is an 80s release. Original pressing. This is Anthrax. Hyrax. Not Dead Yet. It's funny because if you look real closely at this, you can see kind of a red stain right here. And the stain is actually, the hype sticker was on there for so long, it just became part of the plastic. You can, and in the light you can read it. It actually says, you know, Hyrax Not Dead Yet picture disc. But anyhow, yeah, that's basically a compilation, best of, if you want to call it that, from I think it was like 1989, of their first 2 albums on Metal Blade Records. The classic Humpty Dumpty pusshead art on the front. Okay, next. Sorry about that. I got a phone call, interrupted and it was an important call. I couldn't just ignore it. So, all right. So continuing with the picture discs. This is Overkill Immortalis. I actually picked this one up when I was out in California one time, when it was a fairly new release at Amoeba Records in Hollywood. And I don't think this has been released in any other format but a picture disc. So One of their more recent albums, really good album in my opinion. I love Immortalis. It made my top 20 list for that year. Fantastic release from them. It's, you know, Overkill. If you like Overkill, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't like that album. This is Ace Frehley's Greatest Hits Live. It is a 2-album set. I guess I could take it out. It does have 2 different picture discs. I can't remember if I left this one sealed or not. I have 2 copies. Yeah, this is the sealed copy, sorry. This one's sealed and it has 2 different picture discs inside of it, but it features basically 3 live sides. So it has Rip It Out Live, Breakout, Cold Gin, Shock Me, Rocket Ride, Deuce, Strangers in a Strange Land, Separate, New York Groove Live, and then Rock Soldiers Live. And then the last 2 songs on side D are 1+1 and Give It To Me Anyway, which are studio tracks that didn't make the albums back then. But yeah, it's kind of a, I don't know, I guess what 20 some minutes is the max, but on here you get basically about 17 to 18 minutes per side. So you're going to get up quite often if you're going to spin this one. I don't think this one was released in any other vinyl format either. So I'm a huge Frehley fan, obviously a huge Kiss fan if you watch any of my videos. Really, this is just a cool release if you don't have it. Worth picking up. It is also, some of these songs were released on the live EP they put out right after, I think it was right after the first release Comet record, but still. This is a Christmas, King Diamond Christmas single, which is kind of bizarre, but No Presents for Christmas, back with Sharon. This is actually a reissue from a few years ago. It's funny, not until recently I never even opened it because I mean it's just 2 songs. It was more of a collector's thing than anything else. But the plastic sleeve it was in was just beginning to, like, it was really weird. It was like it was in heat or something like that. It was just shrinking and getting, so I didn't want it to warp the record. So I took it off, threw it away, and put on a brand new sleeve, and was able to get the labels cleanly off and put back on. Because I just like having the labels on there. But yeah, it was just bizarre how it was like, it was just crumpling and shrinking, and I was afraid it was going to warp the record. So yeah, I opened it, and while I had it open, of course, I had to give it a listen. So No Presents for Christmas, back to Sharon. I can't remember what year this came out originally, but it was late 80s, I believe. This is another more recent one. This one I've never opened up. This is just more of a collector's thing. This is Empire of the Clouds. Again, this is a Record Store Day release. This was actually a gift from a friend. I didn't purchase this one myself. Empire of the Clouds is like a, I don't know, 20-some minute song, 22 minutes or something like that, I believe it was. And that's on one side. And on the B side is a, I guess it's Bruce Dickinson telling a story behind the song. Suppose this is a limited edition release, but it's limited to what, 6,000 copies worldwide. I'm pretty sure it's probably available, even if it is a little expensive. I bet it. I mean, even new, it was expensive. Look at that, 22 bucks. That's the price of a new record. But anyhow, it's pretty cool. I like the packaging, how it's all ripped. It looks like the, and then it's got the brand new, you know, Eddie artwork in there with the blimp. It's pretty cool artwork. Nice package. Again, more of a collector's thing than anything else. These next 2 I think I might have shown in the past, but this is an original 1983 pressing of Screaming for Vengeance on picture disc. And then a few years ago it was released again on a 180 gram picture disc. And you can see that it's actually a little bit, it's really different, the cover art. I mean, it's not vastly different. Sorry about the glare. But yeah, and the backs are completely different. This is just, you know, a picture of the band, whereas this one, which I'm not going to be ready to take out because it's in the plastic, it's just more like that. I like the backing card in this. I wish they all came with backing cards or covers to protect them better. But Judas Priest, Screaming for Vengeance. Probably, if someone's asked me what album would you give to somebody to describe heavy metal, that would be the one. I mean, there is no other album I think that just defines what heavy metal is, especially, you know, in the 80s, than this album right here. I love this album. It's just one of my all-time favorites. I so wanted to go see that tour in 1983. Iron Maiden was opening up on the Number of the Beast tour. Unfortunately, I was a little too young to drive myself there, and my parents were not interested in that kind of thing. I did get to see him twice the next year on the Defenders of the Faith tour because I had my license by then. Okay, this next one, I've had this one for a long time now. This is Ozzy Osbourne live Mr. Crawley picture disc. Backed with You Said It All and Suicide Solution. New collector's edition, all live EP, $8.29. Still has a price tag on it from back when it was a brand new release. Can't remember if that's what I paid for it because I didn't buy it when it was a new release. I bought it many years later. I'm pretty sure I probably paid less because for a long time vinyl was selling really cheap and when it wasn't popular, and I grabbed that back then. So live Mr. Crawley picture disc. I've actually purchased more than one of those over the years, and I've given them away to friends. So this is Kiss Smashes, Trashes, and Hits. I do have the regular black version, black vinyl version. This one has a different back cover with the discography on the back and the videography, and but it is a picture disc, even though it comes in a full gatefold sleeve. If I can get it open, that is. There's biography on the inside and band photos. And then here's the picture disc itself. So we got the new band on the front with Bruce Kulick and the late great Eric Carr, and then the original Kiss lineup from 1976. That looks like a 76 photo. As for the album itself, it's not bad. It's a collection. It's got 2 songs that were never released before, that were brand new. Both of them really cheesy, even for Kiss standards. I think even Paul Stanley these days kind of shies away from those 2 songs. But Let's Put the X in Sex, which is just an awful song. And what was the other song? Let's see what is on here. So we got Let's Put the X in Sex and You Make Me Rock Hard. Yeah, that both just, pretty bad. And the other thing on here is they got Eric Carr singing Beth, which is just, it's cool. I mean, it's cool they gave Eric, a song to sing. It's just weird they made him sing that song, considering it was, one of their biggest hits, and it was Peter Criss. Eric had a great voice, and I know he always wanted to sing songs with Kiss. He only ended up getting to sing on one, and well, 2 if you include this one. I just think that was it was kind of a slap in the face to Peter Criss at the time. But regardless, just a compilation with those minor things going on, different. Picked up that picture at a record show one time. All right, these last 4, got to get right through this because my music has ended and I'm running out of time. So this is an original 1978 pressing of Ace Frehley's solo album. Once I got that one, and then Trog picked up this one for me at a store in Phoenix because he knew I was looking for it. Trog doesn't collect picture discs, so he grabbed it for me. Has a very minor cutout, but a lot of the Kiss solo albums have cutouts. But this is still an original 78 one. So once I had those, I was on the lookout for the other ones. Of course, by that point, records started soaring in prices, and I was not going to pay $100 for a Kiss record that was mostly a collector's item. But I did manage to score this one, which is a Russian pressing. You can actually see the Lilith label right there. From what I read online, it actually is a valid pressing on the Lilith label, and it sounds great. It looks great. It looks identical to the 78 pressing. So I was very happy to have it, just so I could have all 4 on picture disc as well as the Peter Criss one. And this is the last one I picked up. I don't dislike the Peter Criss solo album. It's just my least favorite of the 4. It's just not a great album in my opinion. And actually, here's the you can see the price tag on it. This is the last one I picked up. Again, vinyl was kind of high at that point, and it was starting to get higher. This was a used copy that I picked up, 1999, in very good condition, 2006 reissue. So, 2006 reissue on Lilith. So there you go. Lots of interruptions this morning. I'm not usually doing them in the morning. I usually do them at night when I'm not as many things going on. So pardon the cuts in the video, but it is what it is. Appreciate you all watching. Appreciate Aaron showing his picture discs. Anybody else has picture discs, would love to see them. So that's it. Thanks for watching. God bless and stay strong.